Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody guys. Today we'll take a look at the gold market. As you can see, gold market in the recent couple of weeks stands very flat, so we do not see any significant changes in the price action, in the price level of the gold. Recent CFTC data also reports that the overall positions of the investors barely have changed, so open interest has increased slightly, mostly due to some shy increase of the long position, but it will be more correct to say that in general the positions are almost the same as they were on the previous week. It means that investors do not hurry to take the positions in some direction and wait for some either drastic event or comments that could clarify the position, clarify the direction of the market for the nearest future. Or some maybe drastic news on some geopolicy, on the economical data that could also shift market either to the upside, to the downside, and could point the direction for the short-term perspective. Meantime, market stands really flat, and it's very difficult to find some topics for discussion when you see such action on the market. As we said in our analysis on Friday, market currently is forming a couple of patterns that point on the different directions. So first pattern we have in place is the bearish grabber. As you can see, this market has formed on Thursday, and this grabber theoretically suggests the taking out of these lows. If this will happen, guys, that probably will lead to taking out of that loss as well, and this really could erase this ABCD pattern and at least will clarify the short-term directions. It will increase the chance on the further downward continuation, at least to the previous lows. At the same time, this upward action here, as you can see, trend has shifted bearish, but price action shows upward action, and it reminds that bullish dynamic pressure. Although, as I said on Friday, that I'm not really want currently to treat it as the bullish dynamic pressure because it was mostly reaction on industrial production data release, but it looks like the bullish dynamic pressure, and theoretically it should lead to the drift shading to the upside and further upward continuation, maybe even for the taking out of this top. At the same time, guys, this will erase, if this action will happen, that will erase this pattern. And if market will taken out of that top, in this case we will get the failure of the weekly grabber that in fact stands right here, and that is the major point of our short-term analysis, that the weekly grabber suggests the further downward action reaching that lows, and this pattern is valid. Although we do not see really strong downward action, and in fact market, although in the beginning of the week it has shown a really significant move drop down right to the monthly pivot point, but later in this week it has returned right back up and close very close and close almost at the top of the week. At the same time, the grabber on the weekly chart is still valid, and we continue to use them until it will not. So this situation puts limitation on the possible positions, because first of all we have the bearish grabber on weekly, second we have the bearish grabber on daily, and since you have such patterns on the back, that's not really a good idea to take the long position right now. If market will erase these patterns, in this case, yes, we could say that sentiment has changed, and we could return back to the discussion of taking longs. On the hourly time frame chart, it's one picture that is worth of our attention. Since, guys, to be honest, except this bearish grabber on daily, we do not have any other patterns, and that's why probably the coming week will more or less be based on the trading and analysis and building the analysis and trading around this grabber. because we don't have anything else right now. And that's why we're mostly interested with the destiny of this grabber. Particularly speaking, as we said, that is an validation point of this pattern that stands around the weekly pivot points, very close to the fib level. At the same time, guys, take a look what we have. Here you could recognize the shape of the head and shoulders pattern. And the failure of the head and shoulders pattern stands right here. It's not generally the major failure point. The major failure point, as you know, is the bottom of the head. But guys, my experience tells that in most cases, almost every time when the market returns right back down and taking out the bottom of the right shoulder, it means that the head and shoulders pattern is doomed. That's why I almost treat as the invalidation point the bottom of the right shoulder. So here you could, if you still would like to trade the gold market right now, you could make it differently. The aggressive tactics will suggest the possible taking of the short position here with the stop above this top, because the attractiveness of this situation stands in the ratio. So you can see that the distance between the stop order will be very small, and your potential loss will be also small. But the potential profit will be very significant if market will continue dropping to the downside. Conversely, if we would like to take the conservative tactics of entry, you could wait for the breakout. For example, as you can see here, market really could form the butterfly. If we will get the upward action, the market will erase the erase the grabber that we have from the daily time frame chart. It could take the shape of the upside butterfly. In this case, the target will be, it's 1618, but probably 127, it's 1218. But 27 probably will be somewhere in this area, I suspect, somewhere around 1213, 1214. So you could wait for the breakout and taking the position in this conservative text. The same is for bears. If you have the doubts about this grabber, you could wait for the breakout to the downside. In this case, this pattern probably will fail, and the chance on the downward continuation will increase significantly. So that's the only ways how we could do here, what we could do here. Personally, I do not see anything else here on the gold market right now. And in general, guys, to be honest, the situation is not really thrilling. It's not really very fascinating for trading. It definitely demands for some more clarity. That's in fact the investors expect. That's in fact the investors are waiting for. And mostly the major event that could give this clarity is probably the Fed meeting on the 28th and 29th of April, on the almost in the 1.5 of the week ahead. Until this will happen, it's really very big probability that market will remain in some range. It's probably we will not see any directional fast action, for example, as we have seen here. Right? Maybe it's really big probability that market will remain in some consolidation, and investors just will be waiting for clarity. If of course we won't get any drastical news or some geopolitical news, real surprise and some data, so that's really could shake the market. But the major event that although we know in advance that it will happen, that is the Fed meeting. So that's in fact all that I could say currently on the gold market. It's not really much that could be said about the gold market. So all that we could do here is just wait for the more signs, more clarification, and finally to get the direction. As soon as we will get it, we probably will get more signs and more clear patterns for trading.